Trusted advisor, corporate and civic leader, public servant. From Iran to the White House to the world stage, she has advised presidents and world leaders. Her name is Valerie Jarrett. The History Makers is proud to present An Evening with Valerie Jarrett. And now to our host, veteran NPR journalist, Miss Michelle Norris.
Good evening, everyone. We are in for such a special treat tonight. We are here to honor someone who has made history and someone who also shapes history. She is a lawyer, a businesswoman, a public servant. Her name is Valerie Jarrett.
When I think of Valerie Jarrett.
When I think of Valerie Jarrett.
When I think of Valerie.
When I think of Valerie.
When I think of Valerie.
When I think of my mom.
When I think about Valerie, I think about somebody who's
principled,
commitment to excellence,
compassion,
dedication,
fiercely loyal,
responsibility,
someone I trust totally,
vision,
wonderful communication skills,
wisdom,
her smile, her laugh.
Just lovely. She's my baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big, huge Chicago welcome to Valerie Jarrett.
Thank you so much.
Shall we?
My goodness.
There's a lot of love in this room tonight.
Love in the world in one room. Hello, everybody.
We're here in Chicago, your hometown, your family's here, your friends, your former colleagues, PBS audiences watching us tonight. And there's one person who could not be in the room tonight, but he had something that he wanted to say. Let's take a listen.
Before Valerie ever became a history maker, she was one of my oldest and dearest friends. In fact, she's more than that. She's like a sister to me and Michelle. Valerie's the one who, more than anybody else, has made sure our White House and the policies we pursue are as inclusive as America is. And that's who Valerie is. Somebody who believes that everyone deserves a voice and that all of us have a responsibility to give back to an America that's given us so much. So Valerie, you know we love you. Congratulations on being a history maker. And thanks for being our sister. We love you.
Don't I have a great boss?
And it's nice that he could be in the room where this happened.
Yes, it is nice that he could be in this room with us tonight, together with the First Lady, who I'm so grateful that she's here, my sister.
You have a very interesting family, and let's just take a minute to learn a little bit more about them.
Valerie comes from a wonderful and very gifted family.
Valerie and I share a great-grandfather who was the first African-American to graduate from MIT.
His grandfather was a slave owner. His father was a slave. He was liberated at the end of the Civil War. But while he was still enslaved, his owner, who presumably was also his father, gave him permission to build buildings and make contracts on his own.
He designed all of the buildings for the most part at the request of Booker T. Washington at Tuskegee Institute. In fact, he died in the chapel at Tuskegee that he designed and built.
Well, my father was Robert Taylor. He took an active role in the community. He was chairman of the Chicago Housing Authority for a number of years.
Valerie's mother and her aunt, Laurenita Dugas, grew up in what was called the Rosenwald building, built by Julius Rosenwald.
Her father, in fact, James Bowman, Dr. Bowman, was a historic figure for the university and very particularly for the University of Chicago Medical School. He was the first African-American tenured professor in the Department of Medicine.
Her mother, Barbara, has been responsible for the creation of an important early childhood education program. And she's still active in that. She's respected in the community for her contribution in childhood education and in other areas.
Valerie was born in Iran, and my husband and I went there just maybe a year before she was born.
Her father, this is a man, physician, teacher, but who did not have opportunities in the United States.
I heard about an excellent place in Iran. There's a new hospital that's being built. They're looking for a chairman department of pathology.
When we came back to Chicago, and Jim decided to take the job at the University of Chicago Medical School, we immediately began to look for some place to live. My mother was living in Hyde Park at the time, and so living close by my mother and my sister made a lot of sense.
Valerie is an only child with dozens of siblings. She had 15 cousins that lived within a few blocks of her house. Either Valerie's father or my mother took us to school every day.
And it was just ended up being a magical community. You know, just a block away was where Ann Jordan lived, which was Vernon Jordan's wife.
It was a very progressive community, and there was a lot of political activity in the community. It was a very exciting and vibrant place to live.
Oh, that brings back memories. Should we take a second and have my relatives stand up who are here? Okay, family, represent. Everybody up.